Good afternoon and welcome. Thank all of you for joining us. I'm John Fraley, My Future NC's Board Chair. On behalf of our board, thank you for joining us today online for this important State of Educational Attainment update. I also want to especially thank Weyerhaeuser and their generous sponsorship of today's event. As you know, to ensure that North Carolina remains economically competitive now and into the future, the state of North Carolina adopted in 2019, with bipartisan support in the General Assembly and a signature from the governor, one of the most ambitious educational attainment goals in the nation. 2 million North Carolinians aged 25 to 44 holding an industry-valued credential or college degree by the year 2030. My Future NC was created as one of the only state-commissioned organizations in the entire country to work across the education-to-workforce continuum to help our state advance educational attainment and to meet that goal. And to measure the state's progress each year, My Future NC reports to the General Assembly on how the state is tracking towards the goal. Today, you'll hear about the progress being made statewide and in your region, as well as some reflections and a renewed call to action for the work ahead. It is now my pleasure to call on Cecilia Holden, the President and CEO of My Future NC, who will share this year's update on the goal and the state of educational attainment across North Carolina.
Thank you, Chair Fraley, and thanks for all of you for joining today. We also want to honor and recognize those of you joining us from the communities so devastated by Hurricane Helene. We know the road to full recovery is going to be a long one, and we stand with you not only with our continued prayers, but also our ongoing and active support. As Chair Fraley said, we are here today to update you on North Carolina's state of educational attainment. Education is economic development. And even with past year's tragic events, North Carolina's overall economy continues to boom. So, this goal of 2 million by 2030 is incredibly important in preparing our current and our future workforce and in meeting the growing needs of employers all across the state. This might mean a non-degree credential or it might mean a college degree, but whatever our employers' requirements, we want to see skilled North Carolinians filling these North Carolina jobs. Bridging the gap is more urgent than ever. So, how are we tracking towards the 2 million by 2030 workforce goal? When we talk about the future of North Carolina, it's not just a vision, it's a commitment. Today, I'm thrilled to share a story of transformation and progress for our great state. Since North Carolina embarked on this journey, our state has taken bold strides to create the future that we can all be proud to look back on one day. So, let me share an incredible milestone. 1.7 million North Carolinians aged 25 to 44 now hold a college degree or a non-degree credential. That's not just a number. It's changed lives, its communities strengthened, and its families uplifted for generations to come. This achievement represents nearly 215,000 more individuals equipped with a degree or credential, now ready to thrive in the workforce and propel our state forward. What's even more exciting is we're growing our own talent. While North Carolina is definitely importing talent from across the nation, we're actually increasing educational attainment at a faster pace than our population is growing. Since 2019, our 25 to 44-year-old population has grown by 5%, but we saw a remarkable 15% growth in educational attainment. When North Carolina first adopted the goal, we were projected to fall short by 400,000 people with a degree or credential needed by the year 2030. We're now projected to fall short by 55,000. Yeah, we still have a shortfall, but this is also significant progress. We are growing our own talent, and we are closing the gap. So I'd like to invite everyone to join me in celebrating this milestone. Having said this, we are at halftime, And with a growing economy comes even more jobs. Since 2019, we've added over 415,000 net new jobs, and these also require talent. While we've made significant progress, as I said, we're still projected to fall short in 2030 by 55,000 individuals with a college degree or credential. At this point in time, we're 13,000 individuals shy of where we need to be on track to meet the goal. And we can't rest on our laurels, and additional steps are needed now. To identify gaps that make up this projected shortfall, My Future NC tracks 18 key performance indicators which show where students are falling out of the education to workforce continuum, or what we refer to as the education leaky pipeline. To stop the leaks, there are 3 areas we must focus on to make a difference. First, we must focus on early education. Second, we need to increase adult enrollment and completion. And then third, education must be aligned with workforce needs. Please allow me to elaborate just a little further on each. On the first focus area, we must recommit and continue building on successful early education foundations and preparing our future workforce by providing seamless pathways from pre-K all the way to one of what we call the 3 E's: post-secondary enrollment, military enlistment, or gainful employment. Currently, only 31 of 100 ninth grade public school students in our state earn a college degree or certificate within 6 years after high school graduation. That's less than a third, and yet 2/3 of our jobs require some level of education beyond high school. While students currently younger than 18 will not directly impact the 2 million by 2030 goal, it's critical that we continue to support proven strategies beginning in pre-K to increase the attainment of high school graduates and prepare our future workforce beyond 2030. On the second focus area, we have 1.2 million North Carolinians ages 25 to 44 who do not have a post-secondary degree or a credential, and yet adult learners are the ones that face many hurdles and have competing responsibilities such as work, family, and finances that may deter them from coming back to school. Therefore, we must remove barriers and create immediate opportunities for more adults to go back to school to earn a workforce credential or college degree. To help address these financial barriers, thanks to the North Carolina General Assembly, we now have the Next NC Consolidated Scholarship Program for our public colleges and universities, and we have the need-based scholarships for our private colleges and universities. But we must also provide additional scholarships for short-term, non-degree credential training programs that aren't covered with these state need-based grants or federal Pell Grant dollars. And then finally, on the third focus area, the goal is not just about earning college degrees and credentials. It is equally important that the credentials that are earned align with actual workforce needs and lead to long-term career success. The good news is, we've identified solutions that evidence has shown will help increase educational attainment. Several of these can be accomplished through the 2025 policy recommendations that have been adopted by the My Future NC Board of Directors. These include scholarships for training for high-demand jobs that don't require a college degree, such as the trades, and improved data tracking of these credentials so that we can better understand student outcomes and the supply versus the demand. We need comprehensive student supports and completion assistance grants to increase college graduation rates. Next, we need a data system to aid students in transparent and seamless college transfers so they can know before they go. And then we need grants for local communities to promote innovative solutions that will help to increase educational attainment across each of our 100 counties. And finally, we need your support for our partners' important legislative priorities that will help to increase attainment, which are highlighted here on the screen. While the 2030 goal may be state-led, we know the work must happen at the grassroots level. It must be locally owned and locally driven, and so our policy recommendations largely center around helping our local communities succeed. That's why the My Future NC team is partnering with every county across the state. Today, we're also pleased to release our county and regional attainment profiles. These profiles are designed to equip local leaders with the data and insights necessary to advance education and workforce outcomes in every community. Each profile highlights nearly 100 data indicators that cover academic readiness, college access and completion, and labor market alignment. And they also identify gaps and provide opportunities for growth that can serve as actionable roadmaps to help drive meaningful change. Data show that 79 of North Carolina's 100 counties have increased their attainment rate since My Future was established in 2019. This reflects the collective efforts of educators, policymakers, community leaders all across the state, and it demonstrates that with the right focus, aligned resources, and cross-sector partnerships, positive change is not only possible, it's happening. But this is only 79. And our goal is to see improvement in all 100 counties. When every county meets or exceeds its local goal and increases attainment for all populations, we'll not only transform individual communities, we'll also achieve our statewide goal of having 2 million North Carolinians with an industry-valued credential or college degree. As you've heard, there is so much great work underway in our state, and today we are excited to share a video that highlights our 2025 Local Champions for Attainment. These champions are leading exemplary efforts to increase access and completion rates among North Carolina's adult learners.
One of the things that I think that has really made the Volt Center such a success here is the connection of the dots from the actual training to the employers.
You get the skills that you need, and you get out into the work field in the trades.
For the students that are coming out of high school that want to get into a career, my biggest thing to tell them is if you get into a trade, any trade, you can have a job pretty much anywhere in the world at any time.
It just started the fire for me. It was a really good introduction to basically what the trade is, how to approach it, and everything like that. And it started my deep dive into furthering the education.
We spent a great deal of time working with individual employers and finding out their specific needs for training. Then working with them as they donated equipment to the college, which means not only do our students train on state-of-the-art equipment, it's also going to be the same equipment that they'll be using on the job.
The Aspire program helps on enrollment success by helping us ease the transition for students. At the end of the day, we really want to have programs that students can be successful, that the workforce is improved, and that's part of what these partnerships help us do.
We have a representative who comes to Wilkes Community College and is available to meet with students. And I think building those connections is an important part of the Aspire Appalachian program.
I needed academic advising. I needed someone on the inside to tell me what to take, and just knowing that there was someone here at App who was looking out for me and wanting the best for me was everything I needed in that moment.
October of 2020, the sheriff of Wayne County started the Wayne County Detention Center Substance Misuse Program. One of the areas that we saw a gap was upon release, where people needed some reentry services. And Wayne Community College stepped up to the plate and said, we'll be glad to start a Wayne County Reentry Council.
I get so emotional because I spent so much time away. And when I came here and I found out about this reentry program, it really has been a 360 for me. You're looking at somebody that's 41 years old. And do you know this is the longest that I've ever been out of incarceration? Since I was 11 years old, I've never been out of prison this long.
A lot of the individuals that I work with are not looking for handouts. They are truly looking for hand-ups. So when I wear this button, I wear it proudly.
I'm a North Carolina certified peer support specialist, and that's just the best thing that I could have did. I felt like when I got my peer support specialist, I felt like I got a doctorate because I really get to be me, and I get to meet people that came from, the same walks of life that I did, and I get to show them hey, we can turn this around. Nothing that you can't do when you just put your right foot forward, the right one, not the wrong one, but the right one forward.
Our goal in the community college is to help individuals make a better life for themselves. We want to meet individuals where they are and take them where they want to be.
Wayne Community College is here to serve our community. We want to meet the educational training and cultural needs of everybody in our communities. Reentry Council fits very well into that mission. They are part of our community, and we want to serve them just like we would any citizen in our community.
The Second Chance Initiative is a program that brings in associates and then bachelor's degrees into facilities with the North Carolina Department of Corrections. And our intent behind the program is that we are giving them skills and experience that will translate into employability when they leave the facilities.
Campbell University's Second Chance Initiative means so much to me because they are a prestige university that is willing to go where the people that society deems the low of the low and help them to bring out the best in them. They see in us what maybe others would never have seen because they never took the time to really learn who we were.
Being able to go back to school and actually graduate, it's just unreal. I did not think I would ever go back to school, but I did. I put in the hard work, did what I needed to do.
I've just seen lives completely transformed through this program. The stigma behind this person was incarcerated or this person has a felony, you have to move past that. You can't throw somebody away because of a mistake that they made at one point in their life. These people are going to be your neighbors. They're going to go to your church. Why would you not be an advocate to make somebody be the best person they can be?
Reentry councils are put in place to remove prison barriers upon release. And the mission is to reduce prison recidivism, just to stop the period of time in which one returns. In North Carolina, we got a very high recidivism rate that's almost 48% within the first 2 years of release. So reentry councils are to address those barriers, to put things in place so that that individual that is returning from prison and jail can thrive.
What the program's given more than anything is just hope. When they get out of prison, there's a path for them to move forward and to do things the right way, where they won't have to come back.
It was a 12-week course. I learned how to back a truck. They told us the dynamics of, how to maneuver and basically just give us road ready to, operate a semi-truck.
Education creates opportunities and open doors. Doors that you would not even imagine that was accessible to you. It doesn't matter your denomination. It doesn't matter your race, the culture you come from. We have all been impacted by someone going to prison or jail. This is about our community, and this is about people.
We know that outstanding work is happening in every community of the state, and we want to continue to learn from each other. Working together, we can ensure that one by one, every child and every adult in North Carolina is truly prepared for the jobs of today and tomorrow. As I wrap up, I'm pleased to publicly release our 2025 State of Educational Attainment Report, which includes additional details about our legislative priorities, along with the other updates I've shared today. This report is prepared annually in response to the General Assembly's legislative requirement and for the benefit of North Carolinians all across our great state. You can access the report through the QR code located on your screen. So in closing, I'd like to thank you for what you're already doing and for what you are about to do to help us reach 2 million by 2030 and to lay a foundation for success for future generations beyond.
On behalf of the My Future NC Board of Directors, it is my pleasure to recognize and thank a number of outstanding leaders as My Future NC's 2025 Education and Workforce Policy Attainment Champions. Each of these leaders, with the support of their colleagues, have played a pivotal role in shaping and supporting initiatives to help ensure North Carolina remains focused on meeting our attainment goal and in building the state's future workforce. From the State Senate, Senator Jay Chaudhry, a thoughtful leader with a clear focus on education and bipartisan collaboration. Senator Chaudhry played a leading role in developing the next NC Combined Scholarship and co-sponsored Senate Bill 193 on career development plans, showcasing his commitment to innovative education solutions. Senator Amy Galey, a results-driven leader in education policy, Senator Galey has focused on practical solutions to advance student success. As chair of the Education and Education Appropriations Committees, she led efforts to secure funding for finish line grants and spearheaded legislation on career development plans for K-12 students. Senator Michael Lee. As a My Future NC board member, Senator Lee has been a key decision maker for education funding, system improvements, including a student-centered unified digital transcript, and a champion of attainment goals. As chair of the Appropriations and Education Committees, Senator Lee has been a vital thought partner in advancing attainment-focused policies in the Senate. From the State House, former Representative Ashton Wheeler Clemens. A bipartisan bridge builder, she has championed education within the General Assembly and My Future NC's goals. Her deep understanding of attainment-focused policies and effective advocacy in the House significantly advanced education initiatives. She will continue her influential work in education as she transitions to a leadership role in the UNC system. Former Representative Jeffrey Elmore. As a strong voice for all aspects of education in House leadership and with firsthand experience as a teacher, he has advocated for education budget priorities and policies that benefit students, families, teachers, and administrators. Though no longer in office, his commitment to the education continuum and attainment will continue to be vitally important in his new role as Senior Policy Advisor with Speaker Destin Hall's team. Representative Donnie Lambeth. As a My Future NC board member, Representative Lambeth has steadfastly advocated for attainment-focused priorities, particularly during budget negotiations. As a senior chair of appropriations and a key member of the K-12 and higher education committees, his leadership has been instrumental in integrating education-related policies into the state budget, ensuring that educational attainment remains a top priority. And from the executive branch, former Deputy Public Policy Director and Senior Education Advisor to Governor Cooper, Jeff Coltrane. As a My Future NC board member, Jeff Coltrane has been a steadfast advocate for education, positively impacting early childhood, K-12, and post-secondary learning. His dedication has opened countless opportunities for young people and adult learners across the state, and his work will continue in his new role with the Department of Public Instruction. We extend our deepest gratitude to these exceptional leaders for their commitment to building a brighter future for North Carolina through education. Their contributions have made a lasting impact on our state's students, families, and communities. Together, we celebrate their achievements and look forward to continued progress toward our attainment goals.
Good afternoon. I'm Gary Salamito, President and CEO of the NC Chamber and a proud board member of My Future NC. We're only about 10 days removed from the Super Bowl, and that reminds me that this year marks the halfway point since 2019, or halftime in our collective 10-year effort to meet our state's 2 million by 2030 workforce goal. As you've heard today, we've had an incredibly successful first half and have made significant progress in advancing toward our goal. But just like in the Super Bowl, halftime is a great time to reflect, assess, and adjust. So I want to think back to the time before we were united behind a goal and before My Future NC came into being. A time when we as a state did not have a clear of a roadmap and game plan. But thanks to the bipartisan leaders and legislation that first adopted and continue to champion our goal, and our many partners all across North Carolina who are laser focused in taking action to reach 2 million by 2030, and with the creation of My Future NC to actively support, sustain, and monitor our progress, we have together truly moved the ball down the field and put lots of points on the board. But it's only halftime, and we're still trailing. So today, we're issuing a renewed call to action for all policymakers, state and local leaders, our business community, and indeed all North Carolinians to now step forward with an even stronger sense of urgency. It's time to pull out all the stops. Let's all recommit to doubling down in our intensity and in our work to ensure we are victorious in this second half. To help address our growing workforce needs, to help all of our citizens prepare for and secure the economic success they want and need, and to reach our state's goal of 2 million by 2030. I know by working together, we can get the job done. Thank all of you for joining us. We look forward to working with you in the months and years ahead.